What is up, everybody? My name is Nick, and in this video I'm going to be explaining to you how to get started in Upland. When I initially got started, I didn't know anything. I ended up getting rinsed on a bunch of properties I spent way too much money on. I sold for not enough because I freaked out. And I also didn't spread out my properties, but we will touch on this later. This video is being made so you don't make the same mistakes I do. But before we get started, if you're just diving into Upland, please click my referral link. The code is in the description. On your first purchase, both you and I will receive bonuses. This really helps out. So, Upland. The name of the game is to buy and sell properties to make money. You use UPX, which is a coin, the Upland coin, to buy properties. And you can actually also buy or sell properties with fiat. This is a really great feature just coming in, so you can really start to make like a lot of money if you have a really good property. Just as a disclaimer, I have put money into this. You don't have to, but it does help just getting started. And hey, who knows? We can maybe make you some money if you do. So let's take a look at these guys first. These are your block explorers. They move randomly throughout the map. Mine is currently in Oakland at the moment, and we will check on him in a minute. But the first thing I want to point your attention to is the green dots down here on the map. So if we zoom in all the way, we're going to see the properties, and we're going to see different colors involved. So let's click the white ones first. These properties haven't been minted. You'll see this property is not available. So you can't do anything about that. The green properties are properties that have been purchased and now they're trying to resell them. So this person is trying to sell their property for $23,000. And you can see the property size. You can buy, you can make an offer, you can send your block explorer there, you can start a treasure hunt, or you can look at it in street view. Now the blue ones are properties that are not being sold but have been purchased, and then the dark blue ones are the properties that you own. So what's really cool about this is you can put it on sale for whatever price you want, but you can build on your property, and you can also check out the title or the street view. And the first property that I bought, I realized later on that it was some dodgy pet store in the hood of Brooklyn. And I may have thought twice about buying it had I known. But anyways, let's go take a look at Oakland. So I'm going to click this button on the left over here, and it's going to take me to my block explorer. Here he is roaming around somewhere, God knows where, in Oakland. But we're going to take a look at the properties over here. Oakland's relatively new. It came out the other day. So it has a lot of these dark gray properties. And what the dark gray properties are they are newly minted, or they are properties that haven't been minted yet. So you can really get a good deal on these. Like, let's take a look at this one. This is out of range, but like the UPX is only 7,600, and like this guy over here is only selling it for 8,000. So anyways, you can look at the properties that you want to buy like this, and then I'll point your attention to the FSA properties. So this is an important thing to note. When you're just starting out, you can purchase Fair State Act properties or FSA properties. FSA properties are reserved for visitors or Uplander status members in the game, so people who are just starting out. This is put in place so players can buy properties in high demand areas, and the whales can't just buy everything up. So you can use the FSA properties to purchase for cheap and then sell for a margin. I think there is a limit on how many FSA properties you can buy, but make sure you do it. I was an idiot. I put a bunch of money in and I started buying these like crap properties in Brooklyn for way too much, and I didn't even buy any FSAs. So definitely take a look at that. And then the next bit of Upland I'm going to take you to is an external website. And what this website's called is Upxworld. This is the data hub for Upland. This is so helpful. I wish I knew this when I started. Go to data tools and then big data properties. Let's take a look at the city we want to find data for. So we're going to go for Oakland. We'll do only FSA, property status, all, neighborhood, select all, and then we will select a filter. Select all, and then we'll select a filter, cheapest unminted. So if you're just getting started, this is a good way to find like the cheapest homes, the best deals. So what you do is you can see the mint price. This is only 780, but it is a really tiny property, but still 780 for a property is really good. And it's on a pretty funny street, D Street. So what we're going to do is copy this, and then we're going to go back into Upland and go to the search button on the bottom right. So let's click that, paste, and then let's go to D Street. So, obviously a pretty small tile or property, but we can click it and then we can purchase it for 780 if we wanted to. So going back to Upxworld, this is a really good place to look at like your neighborhood market data. What I did in the early stages was I would see what the cheapest resale price for each neighborhood that I owned in New York was. And every week I would update that so I could see like an upward status of these properties in value, which is really helpful. The next bit I am going to share with you is the collections bit. So to get there, press the 3 buttons on the bottom, and then we're going to go to collections. And this is really important. You really want to satisfy collection requirements. So my favorite one right off the bat is City Pro. So the challenge is to own 5 properties in the same city. So you go to edit collection and then you choose which ones you want to use for this challenge, or this collection, sorry. You click done and then you get a reward. This one was between 1,000 and 2,000 UPX. And then your monthly earnings are boosted on these properties by 1.4 times. So it's really good. You can make a lot extra money if you're just doing these properties. So take a look, choose one which would be the best for you. Like early on, I really focused on getting 3 properties on the same street. But it is also good to sort of spread out your properties. So take a look and see which one you would like to go for. Speaking of keeping your properties separate, we're going to talk about moving now. So your block explorer is always moving throughout the map, like whatever city you're in, randomly. You can choose to send your block explorer manually to a minted property by using sends. So what we're going to do is we'll go down here. Let's go to this one. This one's being resold because it's green. And then you can click send. But before you do so, you can see that the cost to send you there is going to be 1 send plus 15 UPX. You start off with like, I think 10 cents or 15 cents. And every 24 hours, you get 3 more cents automatically. So let's just go a little bit. So you just press confirm. I only have 4 cents left, so I'm just going to leave it. But that's how you move the block explorer. So you can also, just to state, you can also change this price. And if people go to your property, then you get the 15, I think up to 40 UPX for, the send button if people are visiting your property. Another aspect of moving that is really important is the train and airports. So yeah, this is the train terminal. So all you have to do is click go to train terminal and then pay 10 UPX to get there. And then it'll bring you to a dashboard and it says, where do you want to go? And the Oakland one, I think only goes to Fresno and San Francisco. But this is really good for getting around in a relatively cheap manner. And then you can also go to the airport. So I think that the cost of a flight from California to New York is like 2000 something UPX. So you do the same thing. You just click on the airport on whatever terminal you want to go to. You click go to terminal, and then you choose the UPX to get there. And then you choose which destination you want to go to, and it actually takes like 45 minutes for you to fly from California all the way to New York. So just keep that in mind, because it does take some time. It's like real life. Like it takes some time to board a flight. The next bit I will share with you is about strategy. So I'm gonna go back to New York because that's where like the majority of my properties are. That's where I really like focused on when I got started. So as far as a simple strategy to flip houses, I would say purchase your first few FSA homes. Oakland's a great place to buy right now because it's so new. If you want to put a couple bucks into the game, you can really spread out your empire doing this too. So buy a few houses and then put them back up for sale. I usually do this like 2 or 3x times, and then keep an eye on the price of your neighborhood. So you can see what neighborhood it is by just like pressing this button here. So keep an eye on the price of the neighborhood. And like I said, I like track the lowest price of the property in the neighborhood. And you can sort of see when somebody will probably be buying the property, because yours will be like one of the lowest price. So this will like gradually happen. So just keep an eye on that. And it's really like a newer game. The users are coming in a lot quicker. It's growing exponentially, but we are still on the ground floor of this game. And if you get in right now, it's the perfect time. Like there are so many people who are still gonna find this game like within the next few months or the next few years. So you're really an early adopter if you're getting into it now. And the price of these properties are just going to skyrocket. So make sure you get a lot of properties early and a lot of UPX from flipping them. So I hope this video was helpful, everyone. If you have any questions, please join the Discord server. The link is in the description. And you can also ask in the comments. I'm happy to help wherever I can. Please leave any future video requests too in the comment. I'd be happy to take any requests. I'm going to be uploading weekly. So yeah, please take a second to smash that like button and subscribe. And thank you for watching. We will see you in Upland.